Trump to meet 5 African presidents for trade talks, but Nigeria not invited. Barrister, a White House official announced on Wednesday that Trump will host the president of Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal for talks and lunch at the White House on July 9. Barrister, Trump has met with South African president. That is the only country that is obviously competing with Nigeria economically, or that used to, because right now Nigeria now is the fourth instead of the first. Instead of the first, during even Jonathan era, as corrupt as Jonathan was, Nigeria was the leading economy in Africa. Expectedly, as well, so expectedly, of course, Nigeria we are the most populated in Africa. So now we have the non-entities. Okay, pardon my language for those of you who are from these countries. I'm not denigrating you. Sorry, just pardon that language for the purpose of I'm denigrating the Nigerian situation right now. That is why I'm using this word. So, Barrister, for just the president of the US will be meeting with these non-entity nations in comparison to Nigeria, yet not meeting a Nigerian. Nigeria is not even it's not even in the distant talk here, in a distant future talk. I don't get it. When you are dealing, US wants to deal with this, want to talk about this, talk with these countries for economic reasons, when Nigeria is supposed to be the Africa's the biggest economy in Africa. Barrister, what do you think? Even though I know why, but what do you think? What is your opinion on the reason behind this? Why US are not done at this juncture? Nigeria is not on the list of presidents that the Donald Trump wants to meet.
First of all, let me say that all the about 5 countries that you have mentioned, they are tiny.
That's what I'm saying.
Tiny countries with little economic impact.
That's my point.
And when you hear, I read the report, I think last week, when they said President Trump will meet with about 5 African countries to discuss trade. I was wondering what exactly are they going to discuss? Because if you look at the diamonds in Liberia, they are not, okay, they have diamonds, but the entire economy of all the 5 countries put together is not up to the economy of Nigeria.
Yeah.
The biggest country in those 5 countries is Senegal. And even Senegal is less than 1/5 of Nigerian economy. So when you aggregate all those 5 countries, it does not come up to half or 1/3 of the economy of Nigeria. So you begin to wonder why the president of the United States will make it a priority, except perhaps you can say, okay, he has put Nigeria in a separate level to discuss with them as a nation, one nation. If not,
no, but hold on.
Wait.
Hold on, Barrister. Hold on. The thing is, I thought of that, but again, I gave myself this answer. He had South African president because of the need then. It was a desperate situation. Now he's having these 5 other countries. Yet Nigeria is not on the list. Even if he has something bigger or whatever. What does that portend? What does that portray or project to you? What image does it project to you? It means that we are not a priority. Continue, please.
That's what I'm coming to that. I said, except he has put Nigeria in a separate whom he will meet as a country on his own basis, like he met South Africa. It tends to suggest that something is wrong, 1, with our politics, 2, with our direction, and 3, with our government. So we have to self-reflect no matter, even if you hate the US happens to be the biggest economy in the world. The US happens to be the most powerful military country in the world. The US happens to be the most active country in all the continents
Countries
of the
of the
world,
world,
all the
yes.
spheres of
Yeah.
the world, whether in finance, whether in trade, whether in war, whether in economics, whether
They're
in
everywhere.
morality, whether in health, in medicine, in everything. The United States is all over the world. So as a country, there is no issue of hate. It's purely politics. We have to deal with the US by virtue of its strength in all areas. So I would wonder how we have come so low, how we have got things so wrong that we
No, but
cannot.
hold on. Do you think, sorry to cut you short, do you think the problem is that Nigeria is not, the Nigerian government is not stretching a hand of relationship with to the US, or the problem is actually the president, the US current president, has a kind of a dislike of the personality of the president and where the Nigerian policy or direction is headed?
That's why I said, how did we get it so wrong that the president of the United States will ignore a country like Nigeria? Remember, Trump met President Buhari
Yes, the
when
first time.
Trump met President Buhari, and there were comments that he made. I think he said to his aides that the man was dead, that he never wants to meet that kind of person again.
Again, yes.
He saw no life in him, no nothing.
Yeah.
So I think from there, you would have expected that a new president has come. You would have expected a shifting of ground. That is why I said, how did we as a country get it so wrong with the president of America that we should be treated in this way? There must be something in our direction, in our government, in our leadership.
I think I have a possible answer to that question.
That is the cause of this this treatment, this abysmal treatment of the giant of Africa, the biggest country in Africa,
Yeah, I think
and potentially the greatest economy and market for US in Africa. There must be something which I am yet to unravel. Let me be frank.
the truth is, even right now, we are now, in fact, Nigeria is on the supposed list coming out for visa ban. Honestly, this travel ban of 18 is on the list with some other few African countries, sort of. So it's not yet out, but I think they say it will be out soon. But now, the reason, in my own opinion, what I think is one of the reasons, if it's just one, is it's actually coming from Trump. Trump has to extend that hand of friendship before you can, because they are the bigger partner. Let's stop pretending about all the nations are equal, but when it comes to partnership, we have more important partners and less important partners. So it's just, that's the reality. They are the bigger partners, so the onus lies on them, on the US, to actually stretch that hand. And in the case of Trump, I don't know if you took note of that. During that Biden era, Biden and during the election of last U.S. election, when Kamala was at the forefront of the campaign and other stuff or whatever, it started from early Biden era time, or rather, I don't know if you noticed that Tinubu's government, he himself didn't criticize, but people around him, including Bayo and Onuga, there was very strong criticism of Trump. They didn't hide. They were not. That was a very stupid and foolish policy. For you to have an existing government, an active government, criticizing another government that is far powerful than you, more powerful than you, a government that you will obviously need help from in the future. It doesn't make sense when you know that soldier go, soldier come, Barack will remain. There will always be president changing, president coming in and replacing the next one, the previous one. So they just played a very stupid game by criticizing Donald Trump, and in support, they were clearly in support of Kamala Harris, clearly in support of Joe Biden. What do you expect? Donald Trump, Donald Trump can be personal. He actually loves people who massage his ego. He loves people who don't. Yes, he hates people. He hates people who criticize him. The moment you criticize Donald Trump, trust me, he will sideline you. That's exactly what is happening here. That is what I think is the major issue here. It has to do with Trump. I think it has to do with personal animosity against Tinubu as a leader, right? The current leader of Nigeria. Because it was stupid, honestly, and suicidal for government officials to really come and clearly, openly support a specific candidate. That was suicidal, Barrister.
Nigerian political establishment supported this woman,
Kamala Harris, and even Hillary too.
And they have always supported the Democrats.
Yes.
Nigerian political establishment have always supported,
honestly,
the Democratic Party. They supported Clinton, and they supported Clinton during the first Trump term when he won.
Yes.
In fact, even the pastors woman winning the presidential election in the U.S. And after Hillary Clinton lost, he was in difficulty in explaining to his congregation. I was watching him. He trying to struggle to fathom an excuse to give to his congregation and why his prophecy did not come to pass. It was a jamboree. Everybody said,
even T.B. Joshua prophesied that Hillary will win.
Hillary will win. They did not learn any lesson.
Honestly, they didn't.
From that first term, from that election. It is foolish for any person with common sense to start criticizing a major candidate in the US that could very well become the president. It's an act of foolishness. Politically, you don't even prognose into that. It's an American election. Let them elect whoever they want. The benefit and your priority here is to have good relations with America, with whoever is elected. So why do you run your mouth picking candidates in the American election between one person and the other, and then ending up with the person you didn't pick, the person you abuse and criticize, becoming the president? They were in this country, the so-called intellectuals, like Wole Soyinka and the rest. They said, uncomplimentary Bolaji Akinyemi and the rest. They said all uncomplimentary stuff
about Trump
against Trump. They branded him virtually useless.
Honestly.
And the political class followed suit. I was watching. I think between me and you, we always said that Trump will win during the election.
Yeah.
They did not learn any lesson. And now they are trying to play catch-up, trying to repair the damage that they used their mouth to do, that they should have kept quiet, allowed the American people to choose their president. In fact, emphasize that anybody that emerges as the American president is a friend. Nigeria is a friend to him and to the American nation.
They made that mistake.
That's how good politicians behave. But some people, you see, I think somebody called Bayo Nanuga a boy, and somebody was criticizing that he's 60-something years. You know, at the end of the day, it's not your age that really...
Yeah, it is what is inside here.
That determines your maturity.
Yes, he's not. That Bayo Nanuga is so childish, honestly.
Be 70 and say the most foolish and childish things.
Yeah.
Somebody will be 40 and pour out wisdom and maturity in his thoughts and in his actions.
That guy was so clear in the criticism. That Obaya Onanu guy was so critical of President Trump, honestly. Candidate Trump then, honestly.
All of them,
That
not
was
only him,
that
Wale
was
Soyinka
suicidal.
and co. All of them. Bolaji Akeyemi, I used to hear what they used to
Yeah, even
say.
Bolaji, that too. Oh my God. I don't know, even Wale Soyinka that I used to respect those days. That guy is just these three people we just mentioned. I don't know. Those people are just they lost it. They just lost it. And they lost all the respect. That's just the reality. So sad.